Stop thinking poverty is about money. Today, we're talking about the most difficult subject in economics. Not how to get rich, that's the easy part. We're talking about how to not be poor. That's the hard part. Most people think poverty is a lack of money. They are wrong. Poverty is not a number in a bank account. Poverty is a gravitational force. It is a trap. A closed-loop system designed to keep you inside, spinning your wheels, until you run out of energy. I call this the physics of poverty. If you want to understand why you are stuck, you have to understand rocket science. When a rocket tries to leave Earth, it fights gravity to reach orbit. It must hit a specific speed. We call this escape velocity. If the rocket uses 99% of the fuel required but does not hit that speed, do you know what happens? It does not get 99% of the way to the moon. It falls back to Earth. It crashes. This is exactly what happens to the working class. You work hard. You save a little money. You try to climb out of the hole. You get halfway up the wall and then something happens. Your car breaks down. You get sick. The rent goes up. Gravity kicks in. Because you did not reach escape velocity, you fall all the way back to the bottom. Actually, you fall lower than before. Now you're discouraged. Now you're tired. Now you have less fuel. This is why working a little bit harder does not work. In the physics of poverty, linear effort produces zero results. You need exponential effort to break the gravitational pull. You need to understand that the system is rigged against you, not because of a conspiracy, but because of mathematics. Poverty is expensive. When you are poor, everything costs more. You cannot buy in bulk, so you pay a higher unit price for food. You cannot afford good boots, so you buy cheap boots that break every year. You cannot afford a good dentist, so you wait until the tooth rots and you pay for a root canal. This is called the Vimes-Boots theory of socioeconomic unfairness. The system charges you a penalty for being poor. Late fees, overdraft fees, high interest rates. Because you are a risk. You are running a race with a heavy backpack while the rich are running with the wind at their backs. And here is the most dangerous part. Poverty is not just external. It is internal. When you are in this trap long enough, it changes your brain. It rewires your neural pathways. It keeps you in constant fight or flight. Your IQ literally drops. You stop planning for 10 years from now. You start worrying about 10 minutes from now. You become reactive, not proactive. This is the poverty loop. Low income leads to stress. Stress leads to bad decisions. Bad decisions lead to no assets. No assets lead to low income. Round and round. A perfect vicious circle. But there is a way out. The laws of physics can be broken if you apply enough force. In this video, we are going to reverse engineer the trap. We are going to look at the 5 specific chains holding you down. The scarcity tax that drains your brain. The dopamine trap that steals your cash. The linear income trap that wastes your time. The social gravity that pulls you back. And the compound void that keeps you underwater. Then I'm going to show you how to build your own engine. How to generate the escape velocity needed to leave the atmosphere of poverty. Once you break orbit, everything changes. The friction disappears. The silence comes. You can finally fly. But first, we have to survive the launch. Let's begin. Loop 1, the scarcity tax and Vimes-Boots theory. I call this the scarcity tax. Most people think if you give a poor person money, their problems are solved. But lottery winners who receive millions are often broke again, within 3 years. Why? Because poverty is not just a lack of cash. It is a lack of cognitive bandwidth. There was a famous study done by Sendil Mullainathan at Harvard. He found that when your mind is consumed by financial stress, worrying about rent, worrying about the car, your effective IQ drops by 13 points. 13 points. The same effect as going without sleep for 24 hours. When you are poor, you are operating with a damaged processor. You are trying to solve long-term problems with a brain stuck in survival mode. You cannot see the future because you are fighting the present. This is the scarcity trap. Limited bandwidth leads to bad decisions. You take the high-interest payday loan because you need cash now. You buy unhealthy food because it is cheap and fast. You are not stupid. You are exhausted. And the system knows this. The Vimes-Boots theory explains it perfectly. A rich man buys boots for $50. They last 10 years. His cost is $5 per year. A poor man buys boots for $10. They last 1 year. Over 10 years, he spends $100. The poor man spends twice as much, and his feet are wet the entire time. It is expensive to be poor. So how do you break this loop? You build a buffer. Your first financial goal is not to get rich, not to buy a house, not to invest. Your goal is to save $1,000, even $500. Put it in a separate account. Do not touch it. This money is not for spending. It is for buying back your brain. With a buffer, the car breaking down is an inconvenience, not a disaster. You stop reacting. You start managing. That $1,000 buys you cognitive bandwidth. It restores your IQ. It lets you see the horizon. You must drain the swamp before building the skyscraper. Loop 2, the dopamine trap. This is the emotional one. When you are trapped in poverty, life is painful. Your stress hormones are constantly high. Your brain screams for relief. It screams for a win. So you buy the shoes, the phone, the handbag. For a few minutes, you feel successful. This is not spending. It is self-medication, but the relief is temporary. The debt is permanent. The dopamine fades in minutes. The credit card bill lasts for years. The poor see money as pleasure. The rich see money as freedom. Asset versus liability. An asset puts money in your pocket. A liability takes it out. To break this loop, you enter monk mode. 6 months of radical elimination. Cancel subscriptions. Stop eating out. Strip life down to essentials. It will be boring. It will be hard. But you tell yourself, I am not poor. I am in training. Eventually, you get dopamine from saving, from control, and that changes everything. Loop 3, the linear income trap. Most people believe time equals money. Work more hours, earn more money, but time is finite. Your income is capped. Your expenses are not. Inflation eats your purchasing power while wages stay sticky. You are running up a down escalator. You cannot win by playing harder. You must change the game. Stop selling time. Start selling value. Build a skill stack. Be pretty good at 2 or 3 unrelated skills and combine them. When you stack skills, you become rare. The market pays for rarity. It does not pay for effort. Build a moat around your income. Loop 4, social gravity. You are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. If they are broke, you will be the 6th. Humans copy the tribe around them. When you try to escape, the crabs pull you back. Not because they are evil. Because your escape makes them uncomfortable, you must protect your mind. Find a new tribe. Read the books of great thinkers. Listen to their voices. Become the average of the authors you read. Build a new neighborhood in your mind. Loop 5, the compound void. Compound interest works for you, or against you. If you are in debt, it works against you. If you own assets, it works for you. You must cross the line. Stage 1, survival. Stop the bleeding. Kill high-interest debt. Stage 2, accumulation. Buy productive assets. Trust the math. Stage 3, freedom. When your assets cover your survival needs, you reach escape velocity. You no longer sell time to stay alive. Conclusion. The door is open. We talked about the scarcity tax, the dopamine trap, the linear income trap, the social gravity, the compound void. These are the chains. But chains are forged in the mind. The door is open. It has always been open. The system wants you inside. Your friends want you inside. Your fear wants you inside. But you have the physics on your side. You have the map. You just need the courage to walk out. That's all. Thanks for watching.
अस्सलामुअलैकुम दोस्तों, जो है कि आपको हमारी वीडियो अच्छी लगी हो तो जो है कि हमारी वीडियो को लाइक कर दें और हमारे चैनल को भी लाजमी से सब्सक्राइब कर दें। और दोस्तों जो है कि आपको ऐसी वीडियो चाहिए तो हमारे चैनल को सब्सक्राइब कर दें और जो है कि बेल के आइकन को प्रेस करके ऑल पे सिलेक्ट कर लें ताकि ऐसे मज़ीद वीडियोस आपके पास पहुंचते रहें। तो चलिए दोस्तों जो है कि मिलते हैं अगली वीडियो में। तो आपने हमारे चैनल को लाजमी से सब्सक्राइब कर देना है और हमारी वीडियो को भी लाइक कर देना है। तो अल्लाह हाफिज़ दोस्तों, अगली वीडियो में मिलते हैं।